Hi, I'm Greg. Welcome to Aphek Studio. I'm here for some gratuitous promotion, which is really not my forte. I want to demonstrate how the Aphek Peanut Butter Model T and Sunday driver pedals, running in the clean amp profiles, compare to profiles of the same amps with their outputs cranked, which is my ideal overdriven tone. Turns out something I made, which I knew was really good, is even better than I realised. I'm preparing to do a video comparing effects pedals to the Kemper effects and was playing with their drive pedal emulations alongside original versions of the same pedals I own. I've mainly used drive pedals into clean amps as a compromise for not being able to crank the amp, as I prefer non-master volume circuits. Prior to developing the Peanut Butter, I've been through a lot of drives and given up on ever finding a pedal that made a clean amp sound like it was cranked. For this example, I've recorded a loop with Dora here, and I'm going to switch between clean and overdriven profiles of the amps, but also swap the actual amps we're hearing. The beauty of these pedals is that while they each bring out slightly different characteristics, they don't alter the amp's core tone. It just sounds like you've turned the amps up. As always, we're hearing the raw tones, no post-production sweetening or other effects to mask reality or hide less than brilliant playing. Like a lot of people, I'm basically required to use some sort of amp modeler for almost all my live playing these days. One of the main reasons I went with the Kemper was that I could use profiles of my amps with the natural output valve distortion at any volume. The Kemper succeeds in that regard, so live, where everything's going through the PA, my tone has never been better. In the studio, where we don't need to compromise and volume isn't an issue, I generally turn up the amps until their distorting is needed. This means I haven't been using my pedal board as much in recent years. I mainly use it when playing with other people in situations where we aren't relying on a PA for everything. I was able to use my pedals into real amps a few times this past year and been reminded that ultimately I enjoy that more than playing through the Kemper, which is partly due to the ease in hearing everyone when not being forced to use in-ears. Nothing beats the actual amp in the room with you and each instrument coming from a unique location in the room. So after playing with the other drives in preparation for the comparison video, it occurred to me to hear how the peanut butter and Sunday driver pedals compared to the profiles of the same amps with their outputs overdriving. I realised I'd never recorded them so I could hear them at equal volume to make an accurate comparison with the actual overdriven amp. Having the amp cranked behind you is always going to sound, and more significantly feel, different to playing at a lower volume. I knew that I still hadn't heard any pedals that sounded more realistic as far as sounding like a cranked amp, but assumed the driven output tube sounded better. So this was a very exciting discovery. Here's some more. So there they are, not exactly the same but extremely close. Something I developed around 2000 that does what I and many others have been searching for a long time. If you're wanting one, they're currently available on reverb.com. By the way, I've occasionally seen myself described as an electronic genius. I can assure you that is far from the truth. My talent was swapping components and knowing when the pedals sounded right. So as always, thanks for watching, please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you soon.